What's going on, YouTube? If you're new here, my name's Thunderstick, and we are not on the Homestead. Ladies! Surely y'all should be able to know where we're at now. Tell them we already friends. At least a pretty country out here. I'm gonna have to get me a little spot like this one day. This is definitely real cool to see in person.
I also saw them all when they poured out alfalfa. That's like crack cocaine to them. They're addicts. So which was the boy? He's probably looking for his shoes.
He's not here yet.
I thought I was kidding.
Okay, so I'll take
Kim up there, the milker. She put in an early request.
You're the milker.
Sorry, not everybody can milk her. So what do you think's got to happen? He's got to mow a strip where he's going to put his net. He's got to guess how big of a paddock they need. How does it need to be bigger than it was? Does it need to be smaller? Then they put up the net. You don't need that net if you're going to just have cows. The cow will stay in this. It's a single strand of electric, maybe more so. Why is that more effective? Well, for one, you only have to electrify one wire. So it gets really hot. Hits really hard. Josiah's now moving the sheep over.
Oh my goodness.
I was wondering where the sheep were.
Go move the shawl length. Let's clean out the nest box.
That would, sure.
Somebody want to check the feed?
Go ahead. Okay, good.
Okay. How long y'all been for?
Whoop.
That's why you sounded way over.
You know, I was going to say the same thing.
So I don't know what I caught off him. The light was pretty bad. But they just moved the shawl, and I reckon they just checking the feed, and I think they're gonna move the fence. Hopefully Dad's over there learning something. So we're down here at Justin's Sea Monsters, and we're looking for that little white cap that goes on in waters over yonder. And that's why you don't want to lose the cap. You got to plug that hole and it fills up that water.
Because we've run cows through here, we've run sheep through here, we've run pigs, we've run layer chickens, and now finally the meat chickens. And then we'll stir it up real good now and plant cover crop again.
Justin was just telling us how that water from the flood washed all this away, and how, next year it'll be just as lush as the grass I'm sitting on. I've been hunting all over the United States, and I'm telling you this right now. This is the only field I've ever been in that I didn't get stuck in. Running these animals on this grass does work. This is the saltiest grass, the fluffiest grass I've ever seen in my life. Justin's compost pile is a whole lot bigger than mine. But nonetheless, the chickens are still looking through it. Mom's up there helping get this fence together.
We're getting the grain. We don't feed our cows grain. Okay, let me think. Okay, this is sticking right here. So I want to kind of try to get the last of it. These guys moved from. Oh, here, let's go. Sorry. 10.
10.
I love it. She milked them this morning at 3 in the morning.
3:30 in the morning, yeah.
That's some dedication. Wow.
So when they're not, like, next day come back and you can pop it off.
He's riding them.
I know. He's doing his job.
These chickens here, they're bred not to have a lot of feathers. That way you ain't got to be there all day clucking on them.
They will kind of go through a checklist every time before I leave a system. Food, okay, yeah, we topped our food off. Water, okay, yeah, we checked our water. Food, water, shelter, okay, we moved that. We cleaned out the nest box. And then lastly would be security. You don't know how many times I've walked away and not turning the fence back on. We're gonna do some gardening today.
Yeah.
Possible we could maybe move the 3 little pigs. We'll see. We'll see what Beauty's got for us in the garden.
We're still here, Justin. And let me show you a little tour of what I'm gonna call like their processing station. So as we see here, we got the cones, just like we got at the house. And if you ain't seen my videos or Justin's, this is where we put the birds in, the dispatcher. Another fancy piece of equipment here, but it's the starter, I believe, where they store their birds. We use a fish pot at the house, but this is the fancy way of doing it. Got a plucker right here. I just, we pluck ours by hand still, but one day we'll be on this level. So I was mistook. This looks like the starter, because all the stuff on the bottom of it. And then here you put the finished birds on it and wrap them up. So just coming up here is, gave me more inspiration to continue doing what we're doing. And, like I said in the last video, sometimes things just keep happening and makes you want to give up. But when you see an enterprise like this one, yeah, you realize what you can achieve. My stick might be a little slightly different, but this is still, my 20-year plan, if you will. And for any of y'all who wonder where I got my idea for the deep bed system, well, right here it is.
Rip up this plastic as you pull through. But that came out pretty nice, right? And let's make a pile. This is the old broccoli. See that?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go about 20 feet. We'll feed that to the
Pigs.
The pigs. That's fun. That's one of the funnest things you can do. Is nature's greatest miracle. Turning broccoli plants into
Bacon.
Yeah, the bacon. You vlogging me?
I'm vlogging, man.
I'm vlogging you.
There we go.
What's your channel?
Thunderstick Homestead. It is very cool seeing everybody out here pitching in and helping. Here comes Dad pulling up a row. Justin wanted us to pull up this row, and I reckon we're going to give it to the pigs. How do you like the stirrup hoe?
Oh, that's pretty neat. I've never seen one like that.
What's a good
We gotta have one more.
Stirrup hoe.
Hey, I think you could go fit through the garden in a half hour, 45 minutes.
Mom really likes that stirrup hoe. Y'all, look at this Rebecca's tomatoes. They're doing a whole lot better than mine is. So apparently the turkeys just got out. Well, sure enough, all the turkeys is out. So I think they're pulling up all the broccoli stems. And then we're gonna go take these to the chickens. So they are about to move the 2 little pigs. Well, they ain't exactly little.
They're not so little anymore, are they?
No, they're not. They're not as big as their parents, but they ain't tiny either. So you should be able to tell they are setting up the new fence. If y'all watch me, surely y'all watch Justin. So you know how this works. They're gonna set up the new fence, let the pigs in, and then moved everything over. I'm watching these kids over here, and they already know what time it is. That's how this sort of thing works. You do the same thing every day. It ain't no different than the chickens. They know the routine. They know what's going on. Let me turn the camera around while they're setting up. Ain't this a pretty view? I mean, they got the little river right here, little creek. I mean, it is definitely pretty out here. But what's cool is, everybody here, seems like we're already friends. Everybody's kind of doing the same thing, or at least wanting to do the same thing. We're kind of all on the same game plan. I can imagine it's nice for Justin, We all know how it works. He just is showing us how he does it. But there ain't a whole lot of instruction involved, because, as I said, we all do the same thing.
Yeah, we've handled ours since we've had them, and they'll come up to us and.
What is that? They might come for loving. Oh, the pigs! They like you. Oh, don't eat my shoe. We're just living our best life. Come on, Wilbur. Yes, I know. The water thing is over towards that corner.
Keep coming, Dan. We don't have no traffic.
Here comes the pigs.
So they following their shelter. Like I said, they know what time it is.
Hey, little pig. This one's like, Dan, bring that a little further away from the...
That's what's done.
If you need anything from the homestead, whether it be home for roots, or merchandise, or even a Bible reading plan, I got all that stuff in the link below. And I appreciate y'all for supporting the homestead.
Where's the new house?
What did y'all do in the garden?
Well, we picked worms off the tomatoes, and we pulled some suckers, and we found some veggies.
Well, guys, it's a few days later, and I'm about to upload this video. However, before I do, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's come over for Justin Rhodes' channel to mine. I appreciate all of you guys. I just want to give all the credit to God. I couldn't do any of this, and none of us could do any of this without God. The Bible says, and I'm going to grab it here in a second. I know you didn't come here to hear me preach, but it is a part of what we do on this channel. But Philippians here, chapter 4, verse 13, says, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthen me. That's the whole thing. I'm not looking independent, strong-willed and all that, but, without God, without Jesus Christ, we would be nothing. I would also like to say, if you're wondering about taking the plunge for the Abundance Plus membership, I definitely encourage you to do so. The benefits of doing it outweigh the small cost of the membership, and the most valuable thing that I get out of it is not only the opportunity to go to the work days once a month, but the communal knowledge that is in Abundance Plus is definitely worth the little bit of money. To have the direct access, not only to Justin and Miss Rebecca, but to everybody around the world that does what we do, is definitely a precious commodity. The other part about Abundance Plus is you get to watch the uncensored videos. As we all know, YouTube don't like certain things, but on Abundance Plus, you get to watch every video so that you can learn how to process animals, etc. It was great meeting everybody at the work day. We had a great time. As you saw earlier, Aaron and his wife Ripple Run Farm at the Farm and Realtor. And once again, I appreciate everybody for subscribing to the channel, and I hope all the new subscribers enjoy the content here, and hope y'all learn a little bit of something. Well, y'all, you enjoyed the video, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, we'll see you next time. Appreciate it.